everybody went up in uproar. Why can't we deduct our expense? Everyone is now fretting. Keep it on this channel. This is Orumé. How are you? Hi everyone, it's Orumé. Thanks for stopping by. So today I would like to speak to you about deducting PPP related expenses. What am I talking about? Remember, you got the PPP loan, right? You got the PPP loan. Let's assume that you have applied for the forgiveness, or you have not applied for the forgiveness. It doesn't matter. Right now I want to speak about the expenses. What are the PPP related expenses? Those are the expenses that you spent the PPP funds on. That is primarily pay. This program was for you to maintain your employees, or if you were self-employed, to pay yourself your wages. The main expenses were your rent expenses, your utilities, your interest, the health insurance for your employees. A bunch of my clients have been asking me, can they deduct those expenses on their tax return? Normally, as you know, as a business, a small business, you can deduct all your business related expenses on your tax return. However, there is a caveat. There's an issue with the PPP related expenses. Why? What happened? Well, the IRS interpreted the law to say that expenses that you used to pay, that you use the PPP funds for, that those expenses are not deductible on the tax return. What does this mean? Even though the funds have not been forgiven, as long as the funds have been forgiven, you will not be able to deduct those expenses on your tax return. Well, the intent of Congress was actually for those expenses to be deductible, because if you don't deduct it, it's almost as if you're getting taxed. Let me explain this to you. Take a loan from a bank and it's a tax-free, or if you make money and it's tax-free, you cannot deduct expenses on money that you're making that's tax-free. You know, you're making money, you're not paying any taxes on it. Why should you be able to deduct the related expenses, right? That's where the IRS is coming from, because they're saying that you will get a double benefit. If you're getting money on one end, it's tax-free, you're not paying any taxes on it, and then again on the other end, you're deducting the expenses. That's what they call a double benefit, and they wanted to avoid the double benefits. That's part of tax law. However, Congress had no intention for small businesses to pay taxes on this PPP program whatsoever. So Congress, both Republicans and Democrats, everybody agrees that these expenses should be deductible, because what happens is that, yes, you don't pick up the funds as income, right? So it's not taxable, you're not picking up the funds as income. On the other hand, if you are not able to deduct those expenses from your tax return, you know, it's going to reduce your tax liability. So in effect, you're basically getting taxed. So you're getting some kind of tax, whether you're getting taxed on the income side or because you're being denied those deductions, your net profit in essence is actually going to increase, because you're not getting all the deductions that you otherwise have had for the business. Where do we stand? Congress is still debating this. Both parties in Congress, they do agree that they want these expenses to be deductible for small business. And as they get back deliberating, and as soon as they get their act together, hopefully they will pass the next bill that is passed. Hopefully it will contain this caveat, and it will be decided once and for all. For now, we do not